Can you hear the squeaking in the background?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Take your dog toy in another room.
That's what I just did. I had to run up the stairs to get the ball put away. All right.
She went in the other room and I could still hear it.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Julie Zindel with Central Data. We are starting something new here at Central Data. We are presenting a monthly cadence of these short webinars to introduce you to areas of your Infor system, your ERP, that you may not know about. These will be casual presentations designed to be informative. Please note that the webinar is being recorded this afternoon, and you'll be sent a link to it following today's presentation, so you can look back on it or show it to others if you choose. There is a chat feature in the webinar where you can enter any questions you may have. We will keep the lines muted and do a Q&A at the end. Our presenter today is Tina Rude, who is one of our ERP business consultants here at Central Data. She will be demonstrating today using the Cloud Web User Interface. The topic today is how to do a physical count with RF scanners. With that, I'll turn the meeting over to Tina, and thank you all for attending today.
Thank you, Julie. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm glad you can join us today. Like Julie said, we're going to talk about doing a physical or cycle count using integrated barcode. If hopefully everybody can see my screen, I do have a putty session going, which is what the RF gun will look like. And we're going to go through a few things on what to do. So when we talk about cycle counting or physical counting a warehouse, the first thing we think about is our barcodes. So we are going to use this integrated barcode and the gun to go paperless. So that's what everybody wants to go to. This is a great way to get there. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set up our warehouse with our barcodes. We have two options here. We can print out our own barcodes with our own products, or we can actually set up barcode interchanges with our vendor's barcodes. So let's say if we have an item and the vendor always sends it to us with a barcode on it, but it's their product number, we can go ahead and set up a cross-reference for that. So here is our little putty session here I have going. The first thing on the main menu is called the count entry. And if you see, we have 13 different options here. Today, we're just going to do count entry and the load barcodes. But I just wanted everybody to see the capability of in what we can do here. We can receive POs. We can ship orders. We can ship and receive transfers. There's some warehouse manager functionality in here as well, with looking up products and doing replenishments to primary bins and transaction entries and replenishment reviews. So these numbers 7, 8, 9, and 10 are if you have warehouse manager turned on in your software. Then load barcodes, cut allocation entry, and bin maintenance. So you can actually do bin location moves using your RF gun. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go up here to load barcodes. So if we have a product that comes in from our vendor and we want to make sure it's set up with their barcode, because we don't necessarily need to barcode our own product number on those products, we just have to make sure that their barcodes can read into our system. So I have a product here. I'm going to type it in. I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to put in a unit. I'm just going to do each for this. Now you have the option to create an ICSEU conversion unit here. Yes or no. I'm going to switch it to no. And all I'm doing is hitting no on the keyboard. So there's our stock quantity is 1. Our manufacturer's product, what we would do is at this point scan the barcode on the box. So instead, I'm just going to type in a number here, pretending I'm scanning my little barcode. And I'm going to hit enter. Update successful. So it's not really an error message. It's just telling you that it updated correctly. And then I'm going to, anytime you want to go back to your menu is F4. So I'm back to my main menu. Now I want to show you all my barcode. So I should have showed you this before, but I assure you there was nothing set up for my product. I did go and check, and we're going to hit search here. So here is our barcode with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now we are ready. This product is ready in our system to do a count on it using the vendor's barcode. Awesome. So then the rest of it, you can use, like I said, you can use your own barcodes with your own product numbers. You can barcode your bin locations. Everything can be scannable in here. Let's go back up to count entry, and we're going to start our cycle counting. So I'm going to come over here to cloud, and we are going to do a cycle count entry instead of a physical. So we're doing an ICEPC. I have a job stored in here, so we're going to do a copy one time. And I'm going to send this to view because, again, this is paperless. We do not need paper for this. And if we need to see it, we can look at it in our reports. Next. So I have 01 is my warehouse, run numbers. Run number is clear. I already checked it in my ICEPE, so we're good with run number 1. I changed both my ticket printers again to just view because, again, we don't need that paper copy. I'm just going to count 5 numbers, 5 products. I am not counting the order as needed, and I'm not counting the do not reorders, and I'm not counting the must counts in here. So all we're going to do is we're going to bring up 5 different products. Next, and save. We're going to wait for this to go through. Takes a second. This is our demo version. The report scheduler is just running. As soon as this is done, we are ready to go. So again, if you would like to go and look at the reports you sent to view, you can always do that here in your reports. I'm just going to go right to the RF gun. And I'm going to go ahead. So I'm on 1, so I can just hit enter. My warehouse is a 1. My run number is 1, and I'm hitting enter here. Starting location, so you have the option to start with a location, scan it in, and it'll start your counting from there. I'm going to skip that piece, and we're just going to go start with the beginning one. Reconciliation count, after you enter in your counts here, you can run the ICEPR, which is the reconciliation count report, based on whatever settings you have and what you want to look at to see what your differences is, and you can go through and do a recount here. So if I wanted to do that, I would just type in a yes here. I'm going to click no for right now. And then confirm product. So you have a yes or no on this one as well. So it will show you the product. And then do you want to confirm the product by scanning the barcode? Or do you want to not confirm the product and just go to where it is and you know which product you have to count? I'm going to say yes to confirm product just to show you guys what it looks like. Okay, so here we have our warehouse, our run number. Here is our bin. So we're going to go to this bin location. Here is our product and description. So here is our confirmed product. So what we would do here is we would scan the barcode, and then there we are. So our expected is 10, and we're going to enter a count. So we are going to enter 1. It says expected 10, you entered 1, re-enter count. So anytime you count something different than expected, it will ask you to Can anybody hear me? Can you hear me, Julie?
I can now.
Oh no, what was wrong?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Did anyone else have problems hearing? I sent out a message, but no one responded. So I assume everyone else could hear you. Maybe it was just me. But we do have a question.
Okay.
All right. One of the questions is in receiving, can you receive in a serialized product?
Yeah, I believe you can do the serialized as well. Um, you can download a purchase order and receive a purchase order. I probably don't have one. It actually does it in batch receiving, so you can receive all of your items in one day, and then, or everything you got, and like say UPS came, dropped off 20 packages, you can receive them all in batch and then update them. And I do think you can do it, but I will find out.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Any other questions? Oh, Julie, I did see it. There is, yes, you have, you can scan or choose the serial numbers.
Okay. So if your vendor had a barcode for each serial number, you could just scan it.
You could just scan it, yes.
That would be helpful.
Yes, it would.
Okay. All right. Did anyone else have any questions for Tina?
Or want to see anything again because they didn't hear me?
I'm going to try unmuting all participants and see if people can respond. Let's see.
Okay.
All right. I have unmuted everyone. Did you have any audio issues or was it just me?
Can you hear
Hello,
us?
Hello.
Hi.
this is Heath at Alsco.
Hi,
Hi,
Heath.
Heath.
Yeah, I lost audio a long time ago, but we were watching.
Oh no.
It's okay if you could just send us a recording, that'd be great.
Well, the recording probably didn't get the whole voice either. So, Tina, I think where we lost you was where you were doing the update in the counts.
Oh, just running the ICEPU.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. So everybody was able to see me go through everything on the putty session?
We saw you enter all the quantities. We just couldn't hear you. Right.
Oh no. Do you want me to run through one more, Julie?
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt, please, because then we'll have it on the recording. And I did see a message earlier in the day that go to meeting and go to webinar, we're having audio issues. So I don't think it was you, Tina. I think
Oh,
it's the go to webinar. So
okay.
just do a little do-over there, please.
I will. Okay,
Thank
so I'm
you.
gonna do, you're welcome. Run number 2, we're just gonna do a couple products here. Oh, good, because I want to show you guys how when I did the count, it updated it real time. Okay, so I have my 3 here's my 3 parts that I just ran. So I'm gonna go over to my putty session, and it's run 2, so I'm changing it to 2 this time. I'm going to change confirm product to no just so I don't have to type it in every time, but you should always have it to yes and scan the barcode just so you know you're in the right spot. Okay, so our first one is 77, so I'm going to put 70. And it says you entered 70, recount 70 again. Do you want to enter count for a second bin location? And you can see this created one that's called overflow. So we're going to say no because we know that was only in that location. Brings up our second product, our disposable earplugs. We counted 0. And then it went to our next one, eyeglass protectors. We're going to just say 1. So we did find an overage there. Once we're done counting, it immediately takes us back to here. So I hit search
That was amazing.
and there's my counts. And so now I can either run ICEPR, our reconciliation, based on whatever settings you have set up in there, or you can just run the ICEPU to go through your update. And then we're all done.
So Tina, I just want to jump in here for a minute and just say we have no modifications in the system. This is standard functionality. And for those of you on Cloud Suite, you own integrated barcode. So you own everything you need to be able to do this automated process with an RF gun. You would need hardware, of course. You need an RF gun. You need, you need to be able to print barcode labels. So if you have any questions about hardware or what you'd need to get to put this into place, you have this functionality in your system to be able to automate a lot of your shipping, receiving, and count practices using an RF gun.
Yes.
Yeah, that was my question is about hardware. I get, do you guys have like a list of hardware that you recommend?
We can certainly give you our recommendations. If you would just send an email to either Tina or myself, we're happy to get that information back to you. There's some specs as far as what you would get. Typically for a warehouse, you want a ruggedized, barcode reader gun because they're expensive, right? So you want to protect it from being dropped and broken. So we always recommend ruggedized, outer shells. But there are multiple ways you can do barcode reading. So we can make some recommendations and then you can source them yourself. But since you have the capability of using integrated barcode with your system, you want to know that the features are there, right? That you can use them.
Yep.
Okay.
The only other
Sorry.
thing that was I would be interested to know about, and we can, and this might be an offline conversation too, but what about generating barcodes for products that do not come with UPC codes from the manufacturer? Is that a simple process? Is that obviously, I'm sure it's built into CSE, right? The
Yes.
ability to do that?
In CSE, you have standard labels that you can print out. So you can print out product labels, bin location labels, and then there's the other shipping, receiving labels as well.
And
So
it will
yes.
generate a barcode if there's not one in there?
Yes.
Okay, great.
And you can print those labels upon receiving, right, Tina?
Yeah, you can print anything out aside and receiving. You just have to run the job with your PO detail, and then you can print out those labels, and then put them on your boxes, put them on your shelves, wherever you want.
That's all my questions. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. And again, those load barcodes, you can do that too right when you're receiving. So if you have one that does it, that's a new barcode or a new product or whatever, you can go ahead and load it right from there from receiving because you have that vendor's barcode on that box. Any other questions?
Okay, well, thank you, Tina. That was really interesting. And there's more capabilities here as well. You should also know if you're on Cloud Suite, you have the capability of using Warehouse Manager, which stores multiple locations with the count of the product at each location.
Yes.
So there's probably things in your system you have that you don't know you have. So don't be afraid to ask the question, and we're happy to answer and show you things if something else comes to mind and you would like to get on and do a little GoToMeeting or a Teams meeting so that we can show you something. Let us know. We're happy to help. Please be watching for future webinars like this where they're just informative, they're very casual, but we want to show you things that you may not know you already have in your Cloud Suite or SXE system. And if you have any questions about whether you own integrated barcode, if you just send me an email, I'm happy to find out for you and let you know if you own it. Again, anyone on Cloud Suite automatically owns it. Okay. All right, great.
Awesome.
Well, thank you, Tina. That was great. And again, if you have any questions, just send them in and we'll be happy to answer them.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a good day.
Bye.